One of the scariest things that I was asked to do as a new Christian was to tell other people about my faith. I was fine to go to church. I was fine to read my Bible. I was fine to do other types of activities. But when there was a group of people who asked me to go out and just begin to tell others about Christ, like I was petrified. As we continue this devotional series and looking at what it means to become like a little child, one of the characteristics we see about little children is they are uninhibited. They are bold. And so we're going to look at a story in John chapter 3 about a guy named Nicodemus, who at first was very inhibited, very fearful, but later became extremely bold. So let's read John chapter 3, and we're going to read verses 1 through 3. Here's how it reads. Now there was a Pharisee, a man named Nicodemus, who was a member of the Jewish ruling council. He came to Jesus at night and said, "Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform signs you are doing if God were not with him." Jesus replied, "Very truly I tell you, no one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again." Now, little children, one of the things about them, right, they will absolutely tell you everything about the cartoon they are watching. They will tell you everything about a movie they like. They will tell you everything about their favorite food. Like, in order to get them to be quiet, like, you have to literally tell them to stop. And even then, they're going to keep going. And one of the things I even notice about myself is, right, I am happy to tell people about my favorite food. Like, I am happy to tell people all about Chick-fil-A. I am happy to tell them about the app I get on my phone and how I get free points, right? We naturally like to tell others joyfully about the things that we enjoy and have impacted us. However, when it comes to our faith and making disciples and sharing who Christ is in our lives, we often lack that same boldness. Now, here's what we learn from Nicodemus. He came to Jesus by night. Now, there's a reasonable chance that the reason he came to Jesus by night is he did not want to be seen by others. However, after this experience and after him experiencing this new birth, we see two other places in the book of John where he was extremely bold at the risk of his reputation and the risk of his life. He, even at the very end of the Gospel of John, he was part of after Jesus was crucified, he was part of really asserting himself as a follower of who Christ was. Now, when it comes to following Christ, right, it's very easy for us to, allow people to see the different religious activity that we are a part of. It's, we don't mind telling people we go to church. But when it comes to disciple making, that's another story. I feel when it comes to making disciples, sharing our faith with others, we very much lack what a little child has, and that is being uninhibited. And so my encouragement to you and me is, first of all, to grasp that our acceptance comes from Christ and not others. And then from there, to be very uninhibited in not just religious activity, but in disciple making. You and I, we were born to reproduce. And when I say we were born to reproduce, we were born to share our faith with others in order to create disciples. And that is what little children have to teach us today. So my encouragement to you is, who is someone in this next week that you can share your faith with?